What's up? I'm St. John. You're watching Hard Knock TV. I'm with my homie Nick. It's sexier now that I'm here, by the way. It's way sexier. So the second verse, the extended version of Some Nights, I say, I can call an Uber in like 20 minutes. I can get you here right now. But after, we do what we do and then we're finished, what we gonna talk about when we finish? That was the truth. I can have you here. This can happen right now. But to what end? What next? And in that night, in that moment, in that truth, that's what it felt like. What next? Some nights all you want is a moment. And other nights a moment isn't enough. So what's the point? That was just true story. Going through those emotions.
Right. I feel like people who are at the end of the relationship can relate to that.
Yes.
Because it's like you want to hold on to something, but at the same time, you got to move on. And it's like, do you hold on to just the physical when you know that the emotional can't go any further?
Combination. We do all of it, don't we?
Yeah.
Desperation. Uncertainty.
Moving on to Trap.
Trap.
You hooked up a Little Baby. Dope ass song.
Thank you. Shout out to Lil Baby, Coach, and P, and Chubby for putting it together.
How did that track come about?
We were looking for who might have the right spirit or help graduate the record, who had the same identity for the song. I think about songs and songs alone, meaning I write a song, I create it, and I think what's right for this song. I don't often think about what's right for me. I just think what's right for the song. The song first. I stand behind the song. The song is the artist and I'm the manager. Does that make sense?
That's dope.
And Lil Baby it's a natural fit. Content, concept, melody, tone, it was just perfect. And then Chubby, he came through and he put it together. He made a call and we got it to happen.
I hear some Kid Cudi influences in that and some other tracks. Maybe it's just my hearing. Is that somebody who played a role in your life at all, or just is that somebody you listen to?
I did. I listened to Cudi because I listen to everything, but I didn't listen to Cudi like super intentfully. Or if I logged the hours that I listened to all artists, Cudi would fall on the slimmer margins. I didn't really grow up listening to Cudi. So I know his music peripherally, I know Pursuit of Happiness. I know some of the Day and Night. I know like the bigger records, the ones that got more visibility. But I wasn't a Kid Cudi. I wasn't a super Kid Cudi fan. I wasn't. I didn't. What he was talking about didn't resonate with me as much as what Kanye was talking about or what Jay was talking about. Then I'm a poor kid coming from desperate circumstances. I want to believe that I'm good enough to make it out, and I'm looking for someone who's opening those doors. I didn't suffer from depression. It wasn't self-loathing. I wasn't going through those types of emotions. I was just poor, hungry, and had a lot of hustle. So if you think about it, I'd be more likely to listen to Jeezy and Jay than, Cudi and someone else.
Just there's something in the sound, maybe it's in the melodies that kind of gives me some.
I've heard that, but it's not from me I didn't investigate Cudi. I really listened. I grew up listening to Jay and Beanie Man. And then, Kanye. So I don't know Cudi as well.
Yeah.
But I know some of the music, but he wasn't an influence.
Got it. Is Trap a reflection of what we can expect from the next project you're working on, or?
Some of it. It's hard to have any expectation of me because when I'm putting together a collection, only I know what that means. And at any given day, I can expand it or I can contract it. I can make it smaller or larger. With Collection 1, you saw how dynamic it was. We started at Lust and we ended it, I Heard You Got Too Lit Last Night. And then you had Some Nights, Selfish, Reflex, Roses. Like, you had Tracy Lords, my favorite porn star is a white girl. So all of these sincere emotions, that's how I build a collection. I think about it. I think how Alexander Wang or how Chanel might roll out a collection. When they're introducing you to looks or feelings or truth, they're gonna give you 52 fucking iterations of it. They're gonna roll it out. And you're gonna get the length and breadth and the feeling of what their intention was. Boom, this is it. This is the entire, how we see the whole year. This is how I see the whole year. So on Ghetto Lenny's love songs, it's like me marrying a stripper. That's what the emotion feels like. And all the music on it is what you play at the wedding reception. So whatever fits into that is what it'll feel like. But I guarantee you don't know all the things that fit into that.
I'm sure I don't. You gave us a little tease on Twitter. You were riding around with Meek, listening to something. Is that?
I wasn't riding around. He took that video.
Oh, he took it.
Yeah, I was in the car.
Is that something we can expect on the project? Is that maybe?
I like your story. You heard this song.
Did y'all work together on something? Or
Yeah.
What was that like?
You can tell. It was easy. It was easy, meaning it felt comfortable. Yeah.
Was that just kind of like an instant chemistry kind of thing? Like,
Yeah, he's really fantastic at what he does. And I appreciate anybody that values what I do. He's like, yo, I could see it. Anyone that could see it, his vision, I'm cool with that.
Back in February, you talked about Free 21 Savage.
Yeah.
And you said, so many of my family members went through this. This means a lot for our culture, immigrant culture. Can you speak a little bit about that?
I watched two of my brothers get deported. 1, 2, 3. Might be, yeah, I think it's 3 of them that got deported, for sure. Forgive me, one of my brothers passed away. All right, so 3 got deported. There's 10 of us in total, that's 30%. So you get 30% of your family. I watched an uncle get deported. I know it firsthand. I'm watching people get ripped away from their families. In a time like this is a really desperate time. So for me, I can feel that it's firsthand, watching him go through that in real time. Huge artist. Huge, right? He's doing things that are productive and progressive for his community. Things that he's standing behind, right? He has initiatives that he supports. It's better to have him on soil planted, safe, than to have him disconnected from this country that raised his mindset. It doesn't make sense. So for me, that's firsthand. Firsthand, that's an offense to me. I've had to deal with that.
When you see what's going on with the country and our current administration, there's a lot of backlash on immigrants and what are they contributing to our country, all this different rhetoric. How do you feel about what's going on?
I think most of it is uninformed. A lot of it is uninformed. A lot of it comes from fear. Fear is easy. Everybody's halfway scared, halfway afraid something's going to happen anyway. It's a cheap emotion. It could just make you afraid. I don't get overly invested in political conversations because I think there's a time and place for that. There's a platform to really say all the things I think and I feel. I'm thinking about music, but things that affect me personally that come across my radar, like deportation, that's one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me too. I mean, I was undocumented for a couple of years. So, another thing you said on Twitter that stood out to me was, "Dear Lord, I pray you let me see this dream. I've been dreaming all the way through. These kids that look just like me, that need to know it's possible."
That's how I feel. I don't want to speak this into existence. I don't want to get too direct with it, but I meant that. Dear Lord, I pray you let me see this through. I wake up every day, every morning, and I think that out loud. I pray you let me see this through. We've seen lots of people get close. I don't want to just get close.
Lastly, you said on Twitter, live the way you want to be remembered. How do you want to be remembered?
Lit. That's all encompassing. I want people to remember me for my generosity, for me being thought provoking, for me being willing to stand behind whatever the fuck I believe in. I'm sure that we'll be on different sides of an argument at any given time in my career. But if I believe it and I can, in language, articulate it, I pray that you respect that enough. I want you to remember that I built something. I want to build something. I want to build something monumental, something that people can use as their template, their reference point. Even if it's not their template, just a source of inspiration. You can get an injection of opportunity, an injection of hope, just by looking at it, just like I did when I was looking at Rockefeller, when I was looking at Jay. I want to give it to the people that can see it in real time. Open it, take it further than I've taken it. It's leaps and bounds. Look at where it's at. Look at what we can do. But there's so much more that we haven't done, and I want to see if I can go further. I believe I can. And then the kid that comes after me, he takes it further than me, or she takes it further than me. I pray that she does take it further than me.
I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On that. Hopefully we covered some stuff you didn't
We covered a lot of things. We had a great conversation.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
Thank you for doing you had great questions about lyrics.